bad.
Yo, tune in, we're here to spit, talking football, we don't quit. From kickoff to the final play, crack and bruise, we're here all day. Three cats with a passion for the game, giving you the scoop, not just the fame. Every episode, new beer to explore, while we break down the score. So lean in, we're your weekly guide to the field where legends reside. We're the cold one, we'll ride on this football journey side by side. It's about football, but barely weekly. Cheers, we're clearly gonna talk those game day hits. With a beer in hand, that's it. From the snap to the end zone dance, we cover it all. Give you that chance to laugh, learn, and sip with class. Discussing tactics, not just the grass. Draft picks, trades, and all the stats. We're here to chat, to break through the facts. Each brew we taste, we'll share our view on plays, players, and what's true. So sit back, enjoy the ride. We'll keep it real, no need to hide. With football talk and beer in sight, we're here to make your night. It's about football, but barely weekly. Cheers, we're clearly gonna talk those game day hits. With a beer in hand, that's it. We'll dissect each quarter's tale with a cold one without fail. So join us, let's have some fun. Football and beer, second to none.
Welcome back to another episode, a new season, off-season of Barely Football, the Barely Football Podcast, coming to you live here in the shadows of hell. My name is Mystery Man. You can call me Eminem. Joining me, as always, is the Milkman to my right.
Another Eminem.
Yeah,
We love you, Eminem.
and we have Travis the Pac-Man. How we doing, buddy?
Very good.
It's not over. Just because the season has ended does not mean that
Okay, I
the
think
pegging
the song
jokes
might
will
have
stop.
blurred you out enough to where maybe the people didn't hear you this time. So I think I might be good.
Are the rumors starting to float, Trevor? Rumors starting to float around St. Pete?
There is too many rumors to keep up with, man. Something's floating around here.
Well, we got an absolutely jam-packed show for you guys tonight. Free agency's been insane. But before we get into any of that, we got to talk about what we're drinking tonight. So we're going to go ahead and start with the Milkman, Carrie himself. How we doing? What are we drinking?
It's been lovely. This is an interesting beer, and there's a tagline I got to read because I'm trying to read what it says. So I'll read it live on air. You've barely crossed the state line, and together time has already morphed into I needed beer time. That's when you can truly appreciate the well-balanced, crisp, sweet, malty flavor of a brew that goes down easy, ignores the backseat fights, and satisfies for the long haul. Are we there yet? Live deep. I have a family vacation golden ale from Wyoming Roadhouse Brewing Company. It's pretty
Wyoming.
simple. I wish I was on vacation right now, but, we're here.
This is my vacation, baby.
But it's a good beer. I like it. It's
Nice. Nice. Trevor, what are you having?
I got a fun one from Florida Avenue Brewing Company. I got a Dead Parrot. A Florida lager with sea salt and fresh limes.
I've got a dead parrot.
Dead
Is
Parrot.
there pieces of a dead parrot in that beer?
That would be an interesting choice.
That would be pretty cool. A little Polly's dead in there.
I'm hoping
Hey,
I can
what?
taste the sea salt. I'm hoping this gives me like a beach aroma when I drink it. It probably won't, but that's what I'm hoping.
Well, let's try it. Let's see.
I got
First,
an apple ale in the fridge as well. It's like 8.5%, just in case
nice.
it's needed. Let's see,
I mean,
dude. From the second it touches your tongue, you kind of get the sea salt.
Yeah?
This is incredible. If we do that thing that you talked about where we like send each other beer and we all try it together,
Yeah.
this is
one?
like first show material that I'll be
Okay.
sending out.
Is it?
All right.
Decent.
Where's
This
the
is
brewing
good.
company from?
Florida Avenue. I'm pretty sure that's.
Oh,
in
I've heard of
Tampa,
them.
But
Alrighty, awesome. Also, Trevor, I apologize. I didn't ask how you were doing today.
I'm great now. Like this beer has just shifted. Nothing else matters. But
Did it solve the fact that Josh Allen now has $250 million?
This is good. I might say something good about Josh Allen. This is a good beer.
I feel like that's the first beer you've had in a while you really liked.
Well, the last show I got 3 fun cans and they all tasted the same. They weren't good. But what are you having, Zach? How are you
All
feeling?
right. I'm feeling great. Let me tell you guys, diet has been going well. So since the last time I was on the podcast, down 18 pounds.
Wow.
So we're dropping weight fast. We're cratering like a meteor headed straight toward my head. All right.
Headed straight towards something.
Straight
What is
towards something. Tonight we're having a Stella Artois cider, which I didn't even know they made.
Yeah, me
Wow.
neither. I've had some Stellas in my life. I've never heard of that.
Fancy.
That is
Yeah.
fancy.
Cidre. It's really good. It's really good. It's like light. It's sweet and it's light and it's perfect. I'm really enjoying it. As you can see, I'm almost done with this bottle.
You get like a 6-pack?
Yeah, I got a 6-pack. Luis is having one. Or she was. But yeah, they're really good. I'm obviously a big fan of Stella, so it was one of my beers at my wedding. So
Yeah. it was. Exactly. Well,
What
we're all
he said.
enjoying our beers, and that's
Beautiful.
we're starting off on the right foot.
we are. Alrighty, so we're gonna go through all the craziness going on in free agency because I feel like every 20 minutes my phone goes off with a different like breaking news announcement. This person is moving to here. So we're gonna start with the quarterbacks. Right now we have 3 moves confirmed. We have Sam Darnold going to the Seattle Seahawks, 3 years, $100.5 million. How do you guys feel about that?
Sam Darnold to Seattle, 3 years, $117 million. Did I hear that right?
100 million, 100.5.
Oh,
Yes.
I thought it was more than that. That's not. I mean, it's good for the parties involved. I mean, I saw a picture of the weapons that he's going from to the weapons he's going to, and obviously a much worse offensive line. I think he'll be good out there. I saw a lot of people on Twitter kind of overreacting, like he's going to have a bad year, more picks than touchdowns, seeing ghosts again like he was in New York. But it's definitely not the place that I thought he would go. But I think the NFC West is kind of a good division for him to kind of like settle down and just see what he can do there. There's no like powerhouse team. We'll get into what the Niners have done today, but they're kind of starting to, kind of gut, kind of make room for that Brock Purdy contract.
Yeah.
That's looming in. But, I would not have guessed if you would have gave me 3 or 4 teams for Sam Darnold. Seattle would not have been one of them. But
Yeah.
Interesting.
Very true.
Not a lot of hype there, though. That wasn't a very hype move. But
And he is coming in, by the way, I don't have all the trades and everything that happened before free agency. He is coming in to replace Geno Smith, who is now in Las Vegas, with old head coach Pete Carroll.
yes.
What do you guys think about that move?
Gary, what do you think about that? You're pretty outspoken about Geno Smith at times.
I love
As
it.
anyone can be. That's not a Seahawks fan.
I love it for Seattle. They were never going to win anything with Geno Smith. It's time for rebuild. I think Geno wants like 40-something million, so they're paying Sam Darnold $10 million less than Geno. Even if Sam Darnold's slightly less than Geno Smith talent-wise, to get $10 million less to build the team, it's worth it for a younger quarterback. It was time to build a Geno. I don't know what the Raiders are doing. Do we expect this Raider team to go anywhere with Geno Smith? Maybe a wild card, maybe. I've heard a lot of people think that they'll draft a rookie. and help Smith as a mentor. But to pay Geno Smith $40 million, I don't know.
Well, they're currently sitting at 7. They probably tried to move up a little bit, maybe in the top 3, but that gives a lot of flexibility for that pick. I like maybe Ted McMillan there. I don't know if he's quite top 10, top 8 material, but if he's probably the best receiver in the class, right?
Yeah, I think so.
You don't say Hunter is.
Hammer Hunter, yeah. So, yeah, the draft's definitely looking forward to the draft. But
the AFC quarterbacks are just getting better and better. I mean, Geno Smith is not a bad quarterback, but he's probably like quarterback 12 in the AFC.
Yeah.
Somewhere on there.
I don't know if he's 12, but yeah. He was a top quarterback in the NFC, and he's not that in the AFC.
Or Geno.
Next up, we got Justin Fields to the Jets. This sounds like a Trevor Scott move.
Dude, I actually called that on my Twitter
Sounds
thread.
like a Trevor Scott Madden move right here.
Yeah, it does. A team with a good defense bring in a horrible mobile quarterback. I called this on my Twitter thread like 2 weeks ago when I predicted where quarterbacks would go. I only hit twice so far. I'm like 2 for 7.
What's
But
the other? I think that was the only one you got.
now I definitely hit on another one. Rodgers hasn't went anywhere yet.
I think you said Cousins is projected to go
Cousins to the Browns. Didn't he go to the Browns?
Not yet.
Oh,
But they think he will.
well, then I'm only 1 for 6, I guess. 1 for 5. But I called it. I got Justin Fields.
Called one.
I think, man, if Tyrod Taylor was like 2 years younger, this would be perfect for him. But I don't know who's going to start there. I know, Zach, you're probably pushing Tyrod. Kerry probably.
I think here's the thing. I think this is going to be one of those situations where Tyrod starts the season but doesn't finish it due to whether it's injury
like by
or
design or something happens.
Something always happens to Tyrod Taylor.
Yeah.
I don't think Justin. So you think they'll pay Justin Fields $20 million a year to sit on the bench, start the year?
They
I
traded
think
for
it
him, right?
depends on what they see in preseason because Tyrod,
They signed him.
in my opinion, Tyrod is not a guy that is going to win you games, but he is a guy who isn't going to lose you games.
It's true.
And some people could say that Justin Fields is the opposite.
I think
He's a guy that can win you games, but he's also a guy that can lose you games.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I think it'd be good. I think we saw a little bit of that out of Justin Fields last year, early in Pittsburgh, where he was starting to be okay with taking the check down, making the smart read, using his legs as a final resort, as opposed to a first option.
They definitely in Pittsburgh. I don't think they trusted him to throw down the field last year. I don't think they. I mean, it's safe to say now that they didn't trust him at all. They, as slow as things got with Russ, they never put him back in. Even at the beginning of the year, they didn't really want him throwing downfield. And then first day of free agency, he's gone. So that was,
it sounded like they wanted him back, but he wanted to be a QB1. He didn't think he would be a definite QB1 in Pittsburgh. They wouldn't.
I think that's fair on his part.
And he deserves to get a shot, at least. I mean, the Jets aren't giving up too much on him. 2 years, $20 million. It's fair to take a shot at him.
Who's the head coach there? It's Aaron Glenn.
Yeah.
Does he have an OC yet?
I believe so. I don't know who it is.
Off the tip of my head.
The tip of your head. Wait,
Exactly.
You freak? What are you talking about?
Some tip of the head? I don't know.
Hired
That head does
Tanner
not have a tip.
Engstrand. Tanner Engstrand.
I love that guy.
Really?
Tanner Engstrand.
Okay.
He can't be worse than Hackett.
Apparently he was a assistant for the Lions.
Makes sense.
Like last year or 2 years ago, or
He was he was a offensive pass game coordinator under Ben Johnson.
Fair. Good for
okay.
him.
So that's a good.
That's a pretty good hire,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think. But I think that this is a good move for Justin Fields. I think
You
it's
think
actually a pretty smart move by the Jets. Because here's the thing: if you're the Jets, like if you roll the dice enough times, eventually you're gonna roll a 6. You know what I mean? Like,
Unless you're the Jets.
like you can't just keep turning up snake eyes. There's just no way. So I think it's a good move. He's still a young quarterback. And if he pops off, you got him for another year at a really low price point before you have to pay him again.
Did they get him 2 years or 3 years?
2
2.
years.
Oh.
And he's already got chemistry with Garrett Wilson, who's not happy last season.
They went to school together, right?
Yep.
They got a good line. I mean, they just need him pretty much not to be an idiot and not turn the ball over.
It's working on the route. They have a good running game.
But
All right. Next one. Daniel Jones, Kerry's boy, going to the Colts to take on Trevor's boy,
I love
Anthony Richardson, the quarterback battle of the century.
you know
love
the
this
meme,
one so
the
much.
two fighting?
Yeah.
The meme?
Yeah.
I saw a PG version of it that was two idiots fighting.
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't
Two
seen that.
idiots fighting, yeah.
But I love this. I love it.
That's pretty good.
It's perfect. On one,
It's a bit of an
you
overpay,
get,
but
you
it's
get
all
two
right.
scenarios here. And even Zach will agree with me on the Daniel Jones stuff here. So scenario A, Daniel Jones comes in, provides some weak competition, pushes Anthony Richardson. Anthony Richardson actually puts in an effort and shows he could be QB1, he could be the QB of the future. That's version A. Version B, he doesn't. Daniel Jones beats him for a starting job. Daniel Jones is your starter, and then you have a top 5 pick next year, and you could draft that franchise QB. It's a win-win.
So you think that's the most? Do you think that? How likely is it that Daniel?
Oh, we just
starts
had a
to
big
hold
one come out.
Did we really?
Joey Bosa just signed with the Buffalo Bills.
Really?
Did not
He did.
go to the Bears. Wow.
12.6 a year is not that much.
How much help does Josh Allen need? Is that less than Rousseau?
I think so.
I believe it is, yeah.
I guess he's rings. I'm surprised he didn't play with his brother.
Yeah,
That's a cheap price point for Joey Bosa. I know he's not young anymore, but still.
I think he's had some injuries as well.
Yeah, that too. But interesting. Joey Bosa on the move, going to the Bills.
I don't.
But yeah, the Colts, I mean, I don't like. Listen, I hate to say I told you so about Anthony Richardson, but I told you so. At least thus far in his career. Incredible physical specimen. He's got all the tools you could ever ask for in a quarterback. He's big. He's got a cannon attached to his shoulder. The only side effect is he can't throw the ball and hit the broadside of a barn. That's the only downside.
He's close. Trust me, he's close.
Now he's got
It is weak quarterback competition. I think in a way they kind of can fit the same system with Daniel Jones as a runner as well. So it's not a bad move for them. I think it's weak competition for Anthony Richardson.
Let me get this off my chest because I feel this way, but I don't know. I don't want to feel this way. You know, does that ever happen to y'all? You feel a way, but you don't want to feel that way, but you do, and you try to fight it, but you can't.
Yeah, but I can't talk about it on the show. Here, I'll put it in private chat.
Real. Okay. This is what's happening to me right now because I feel like Daniel Jones is gonna have the next Sam Darnold lead, and like I could see it
Not
happening.
that you won't.
even I won't say that.
I could see it happening in Indy. I don't want it. I hope it doesn't.
I don't want to feel that way, but sometimes I do.
I hope it doesn't happen, and maybe it's just the dead parrot talking.
You
But
sound like 2019 Carey.
Yeah, you do.
I hope not. But I mean, at the same time, it was.
Do you know who's the one I kind of think I could see that happening? Zach Wilson in Miami. I like that. Tua's going to get hurt. We know this.
I'm not a believer.
Bad line though. I don't know.
I'm not a believer in Zach Wilson the same way I am in Sam Darnold.
I don't know.
And Sam Darnold had a luxury of a very good defense in Minnesota, which Daniel Jones doesn't have. So I don't think it's going to be like to that magnitude. But like, I feel like if he started the whole year, he could get something going in Indianapolis.
It's fair.
They could go to the playoffs.
Okay.
But I could see myself being completely wrong and him sucking, and I'll feel good if that happens. Like I'll be like, okay, that was just hey, I'm not a human. I was wrong one.
All righty. Next up, we got running backs. Aaron Jones re-signed.
Wait.
Oh.
We're just not going to talk about the decision at all, which will come probably tomorrow after the show.
Aaron Rodgers?
Aaron Rodgers and whoever gets stuck with Russell Wilson. What do we think? Aaron Rodgers is
kind of a wild card.
It's true. Do we like Aaron Rodgers in Pittsburgh or New York?
Aaron Rodgers, I think the team that needs to bite the bullet and do it is Pittsburgh. I think it would be a little better than last year if they had Russ, just because they brought in DK. So obviously it's going to help out, but like it's only going to help out to an extent. Like you need something to believe in. I would say if you want to really believe in something, you'd rather believe in Aaron Rodgers than believe in Russell Wilson. DK is a needle mover, but he's not a needle mover.
I'm going to say this, okay? Y'all know I'm the biggest, I think Aaron Rodgers at his peak was the best quarterback play we will ever see. That's my personal opinion. That being said, send that man to the retirement home. Like, he can't move. He's not as quick-witted as he used to be. Like, he just doesn't have it anymore. That same thing applies to Russ. I don't think he's anything.
Who would you rather have?
Yeah, who's the
better? Oh, God. Who would I rather? Probably Aaron Rodgers.
No, like
on the off chance he gets better.
But of any other quarterbacks out there, who should they go with? I mean, they don't have draft picks.
I think Rodgers is still good from like 20 in.
Maybe go Jacoby Brissett.
He just signed with Arizona today.
Did he? Oh, hasn't updated on here.
I bet that's a fun life if you're like not married and you don't have a family. Like being a backup quarterback, that would be pretty fun.
I would say like the Steelers' job for the last few years with how good their defense is, it's easy enough that like they're going 9-8. Like Aaron Rodgers can probably get this team 9-8, 7 seed. You never.
Yeah, we said that about New York last year.
That's true.
No, Gary said 1
seed Jets.
Russ and Mason Rudolph and Kenny Pickett have got this team to the playoffs recently. Kenny Pickett who got traded to the Browns also.
Huh?
Did you see the Kenny Pickett for DTR trade?
I did. It's an interesting one.
That's nasty. If my phone would have went off and like I was sleeping and I saw that, that's what woke me up. I would have been so mad.
What did you ask me, Trevor?
It was a good question, but I forgot. I think it had to do with Aaron Rodgers.
We'll circle back to it when we get if it comes back up. Moving on to running backs.
Not much.
Just a couple moves at running back. You have Aaron Jones re-signing with Minnesota. I was not surprised by that at all. 2 years, $20 million.
Do they have a backup running back?
Cam Akers and Ty Chandler. Neither are great.
Yeah.
Also,
then we have Carey's favorite running back to watch. Do you have Najee Harris going to Los Angeles to play with the Chargers?
I kind of like that there. Him and J.K. Dobbins, that's not bad.
Dobbins gone. He's replacing Dobbins.
Well, he's the Harbaugh likes to run downhill and just run. That's what Najee does. Just run straight.
I feel like they need a receiving back for Herbert, like what he used to have with Eckler. They didn't really have one last year.
Eckler.
Well, they don't do a lot of that cheeky little first down stuff anymore. They run the damn ball because they got Harbaugh.
Yeah.
They are they're Sandra Bullock from The Blind Side. Run the damn ball, Bert. All right, and then finally, the Cowboys have decided to pick up a running back in the offseason, not named Ezekiel Elliott. Javonte Williams heading to Dallas.
I don't know why they let. Are they just going to let Rico Dowdle walk? He played pretty well in the second half.
No, they better re-sign him. Yeah,
I saw somebody. He'd be a good fit for the Raiders.
Williams, I don't hate that.
Javonte Williams was terrible last year.
Yeah, he's been down every year since his rookie year. He did have like an ACL or something, I think, but still.
Notable names still out there: J.K. Dobbins, Nick Chubb, Rico Dowdle, Kareem Hunt, Gus Edwards, Miles Sanders.
I want to
Miles
say
Sanders got released today, I think.
Zach didn't say this. He's on the list, but I think it's over, guys. The fullback era is dead. Kyle Juszczyk was released. The best fullback in the NFL. He still wants to play, so somebody will sign him, but it's a rough day for fullbacks.
Bring him to Jacksonville. We'll treat him right.
He's good.
I'd love to have Juszczyk in my backfield.
Kenneth Gainwell actually signed with the Steelers.
Didn't the Jags bring somebody in, a receiver?
We'll get to receivers in a minute.
Oh, all right.
We're on running backs.
Saquon got like $20 million a year, right? An extension.
Yeah, he was. They extended him.
Did you see that? Like the Giants signed Darius Slayton for the exact same amount that they could have got Saquon for.
Yep.
Yeah, the amount that Saquon signed for last year.
Crazy.
But,
Dude, if I was the owner, that GM would be gone.
That's crazy.
I hate you. I wouldn't even mince words about it. Like, I hate you. Alrighty. Next up, wide receiver. Chris Godwin re-signed with Tampa Bay. 3 years, $66 million. We'll see if he can play a full season.
Yeah, that was a bit much. I know money's like unlimited now, and everybody just gets a lot of money. But I didn't think a guy coming off an Achilles pop was going to get 22 a year. But I guess that's what happens when you stay with the team that drafted you.
What did you say the Pats were offering him, Trevor?
It was $20 million more total, but there's a state tax there that doesn't exist in Florida, so it really would have been about $8 million more. Yeah.
I really wanted Godwin. Though, it does sound like Patriots are in talks with a Cooper Kupp, which I like that one.
That would be big for you.
He's actually not a wide receiver 3 or 4 of the Patriots.
I kind of want the Chiefs to get him. I don't know. Actually, no, I don't if they have Worthy and Rice. Dude, I love Rashee Rice. I drafted him in like the 6th round of fantasy, and he got hurt.
Isn't he getting suspended this year?
I don't know. You never know. Mahomes will do something in the locker room.
True.
Kill a goat.
Devontae Adams signs with the Los Angeles Rams. 2 years, $46 million.
I'm amazed he left Adams. Rodgers.
I'm not.
Stafford
is like kind of like Rodgers, but he still has a little juice in his arm somehow. Rodgers seems kind of like he used all his juice, but Stafford seems like he'd still zip it.
Yeah, I tend to agree.
Maybe he wants to make out with Stafford's wife.
Is Puka and Devontae the best wide receiver duo in the NFL now?
No, I don't know if Devontae's that high on my list anymore.
Who'd you put over? For duos, not for
duos?
Cincy?
Probably that Minnesota duo.
Cincy for sure.
Minnesota's or Cincy.
One. Miami.
I feel like Miami's. I would take Rams.
Phillies is still really, really good.
Philly. AJ Brown is a Patriot, bro. You like that, Gary?
I would love that.
You like that?
Philly lost a bunch of guys on defense.
I gotta add this can to my beer wall.
We'll get there.
I gotta throw another beer away.
All right. DeAndre Hopkins signs with the Baltimore Ravens. 1 year, $5 million.
That would be really awesome if this was like 2021. Maybe like he'll have some chain moving catches in the second half.
They don't need to be the number one.
Huh?
What?
How much money?
1 year, $5 million.
That's not bad. That's why I'm not mad.
He's gonna be what, like wide receiver 3 there. They don't need to do too much.
$5 million. I'm not mad at it.
Yeah. Then you have 2 more re-signings. Marquise Brown re-signs with the Chiefs. 1 year, $11 million. And the one we already talked about, Darius Slayton, New York Giants, 3 years, $36 million. That's the money that Saquon wanted.
I feel like that guy's been there for like 10 years now.
Yeah.
Who?
Darius Slayton in New York.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to hear Trevor's thoughts on this one.
This is probably Trevor's, he's going to say the thing. He's going to say the thing.
We're going to hear him blabble about
He's
this
gonna
all
say the
offseason.
thing. Josh Palmer signed Buffalo Bills, 3 years, $36 million.
Josh Palmer, Richard? It's not enough unless they really believe in Keon Coleman to play the boundary. But they need to sign somebody else. I don't think it would be Diggs, but somebody to go play on the sideline.
Zach, just write this down because you know this season Trevor's going to be like, Josh Allen, look at all the help he has. Khalil Shakir and Josh Palmer. That's a top 5 duo.
No, Shakir, stop.
Palmer.
Shakir is so good. Shakir is so good.
He's going to be like Josh Palmer. He's going to be like,
I love
in the
Josh
NFL and like.
No. I love
Josh
Josh
Palmer's
Palmer.
most underrated wide receiver in the NFL per Trevor
I
like
have
2 years
always
ago.
loved Josh Palmer. I said he was the most underrated receiver in the NFL like 2 or 3 years ago, but that was just a Herbert troll. I was having fun with it back then. But I think they really need somebody on the boundary. The way that
It's just a weird
I
sign.
agree. I agree. I think that's 100% correct.
It's just weird,
what?
that signing. I don't like. 3 for 36 for him?
Yeah, it's a little high.
I would
my
have
opinion.
rather. Matt Collins had some really big catches in playoffs. I would have rather brought him back instead of Josh Palmer for cheaper money and
I
added
agree.
somebody else.
Josh Palmer's good though. Like Matt Collins is kind of just like I feel like he's like a gadget guy. Like you just kind of you got certain plays for him. I feel like Josh Palmer could do a lot more.
All righty, next up we got Demarcus Robinson, former Florida Gator, signed with the San Francisco 49ers, 2 years, $9.5 million. I don't have much to say about that.
Possession receiver. Who's he? The Niners?
Yeah.
They have an underrated receiver group if I stays healthy with Jennings, Pearsall now, Robinson. That's nobody great, but that's a good amount of depth there. They can stay healthy, which seems to be the problem.
I wonder when Jennings' contract is up. He's somebody
I think
that
they were signed him like last year or the year before.
Yeah, they'd probably like to keep him for a while.
Here's one I'm interested in watching over the next 2 seasons because he signed for 2 years. Nick Westbrook-Akine to the Dolphins, 2 years, 6.5.
Cheap. This guy was good last year with Will
Wait.
Levis as his quarterback.
Hey,
And he got $3 million?
he like
Yeah.
seven.
That's crazy.
He like 7 TDs. Dolphins needed a
He
big.
had more than that.
Dolphins needed a big like red zone threat, and he's
He
gonna
scored
get
like a
him.
touchdown
Yeah,
every week.
I
for,
like this
15
signing for the
straight.
Dolphins, and to get him at that price is a big.
They've
big,
had a wide,
big
they've
deal.
never
Yeah,
had a wide
usually
receiver.
like
When's the last time they've had a wide receiver 3? Like it's been quite a few
River
years.
Crawcraft.
Exactly.
Next up, De'Ami Brown to the Jacksonville Jaguars, 1 year, $10 million. I like this
That's
signing.
a good pickup.
I like De'Ami Brown.
I'm surprised it was only 1 year though.
I am a little surprised too, because what is he, like 25, 26?
Maybe 26, 27, around there. He's younger.
Yeah, he's on the younger side of wide receivers. I would have signed him to at least 2 years. Because, I mean, if like he doesn't break out and it doesn't work out, it's still only a 2-year deal. Yeah, he's 25.
Yeah. Do you think?
So
So, do you think the
I would have
Jags
rather
are
had him
done
around longer, but
after moving on from Kirk and Ingram? Do you think Jags are done after adding him, or do you think they need more? I know they added a couple blocking tight ends. And they have Strange, but like
I mean, so from my understanding of the way Cohen likes to use tight ends, he likes bigger tight ends that can block. Obviously, Ingram's not one of those. I think he's looking more for like the Brenton Strange type player who like can catch passes and can like elevate and make plays in the end zone. But like not like just a primary pass catcher. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I know I think Johnny Munt was one, and then the guy,
Yeah.
another guy from the Rams was another one they signed.
Yeah, just bigger blocking tight ends.
Who's their other receivers right now besides BCJ?
Didn't you guys replace Cup with somebody? I mean, replace Kirk with somebody?
I don't think we
Like
replaced.
another slot receiver?
I mean, we got Parker Washington waiting in the wings. Young
No. I thought you guys signed somebody.
De'Ami
De'Ami
Brown.
Brown is the only one we
Oh,
signed.
yeah.
I
He
think,
just
I think
said that.
No, they do have Gabe Davis, but I feel like they need one more guy.
I agree. I think De'Ami Brown's a good deep threat, especially up the seam. I mean, he had a great playoff run. Gabe Davis, I was not a huge fan of the signing when it happened. I was like, well, maybe it'll work out like the Christian Kirk thing did because everyone was, shitting on that when it happened. He had a great couple of years as a Jag. But I don't know. I mean, I think that they're hoping that Parker Washington can pick up the slack out of the slot.
I would not put a lot of hope in that.
I would. He's not. He struggles separating against top NFL corners, and that worries me.
They got Nick
But I
Nolan.
like the De'Ami Brown signing. He's a very, very good player.
What receivers are still available? Because I would like the.
We'll go over them in a second because we got a couple more signings we have to do. Tutu Atwell re-signed with the Los Angeles Rams, 1 year, $10 million.
Wow. 10 for Tutu. Okay.
He was good when Puka and Cup.
Yeah, he was. He was very solid when both those guys were hurt. Then you have Mac Hollins going to New England to play with the Patriots, 2 years, $8.4 million.
We really needed another wide receiver 4 on this team.
Yeah, you did.
Now he's playing with a big white quarterback that can actually throw.
Wow.
Shout out to Drake.
Next, Zay Jones re-signed with the Cardinals, 1 year, $4.4, and Justin Watson signed with the Houston Texans. Wide receivers available.
Yeah, the other one wasn't on there. Do you think Kirk will do well in Houston's eye?
I don't understand them making that trade.
Oh, the Tunsil one or the Kirk one?
The Kirk one.
Their whole offseason, I know what they're doing.
Who did they trade for?
They traded for Christian Kirk.
No, but who did they give? Who did they give away?
I think it was like a 4th or something.
I don't mind that. Christian Kirk knows how to get open.
Yeah, but like their offense is so like crowded.
How?
But they don't have. Dell is going to miss a lot of time.
They don't have any.
They need to bring Diggs back. Honestly,
They have Braxton Berrios, Justin Miller, Nico Collins, and Christian Kirk.
Kerry, why do you keep saying Justin Miller, man?
Justin Watson. Goodness.
Come on.
Keep getting him and Scotty Miller confused.
Come on.
People. I just don't.
I told you guys he was Amber Rose cursed, and I swore it wouldn't happen now.
I just don't get why they traded Laremy Tunsil.
You get to have sex with
Their
certain
line was
people
already
one
terrible, and
time.
then you trade your best lineman? Why?
Laramie Tunsil, wasn't he the guy with the gas mask?
Yeah. They traded him to the Commanders. And now their horrible line's even worse.
Yeah, it's Amber Rose. Is that her name?
I believe so.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, it costs stuff.
I
Yeah,
guess.
it's not free.
It costs some.
You know, your soul, like you're cooked, bud. No.
All right, wide receivers still available. We have Amari Cooper, Stephon Diggs, Keenan Allen, Deontay Johnson,
That's
Mike
cool.
Williams.
Keenan Allen is such a Charger. Oh,
And Cooper Cup.
Yeah,
We should-
Cooper Cup.
go through them one by one and predict where they're going to go. See if.
I don't want to talk about where Elijah Moore, Mikhail Hardman,
Nah,
and
just
the
like the top, like,
SLE
Just a good one.
Elijah Moore is an interesting one to me.
Elijah
'cause I think-
Moore.
Yeah, I think he could be good in the right system.
He was good in
He's good with
college.
Jameis.
So, but Mike Williams, we'll start bottom of the list for me. Mike Williams, I don't know.
Jump ball receiver. Who needs one of those?
Bills.
That's not bad, Gary.
I would have taken him over Josh Palmer for less money.
But you could probably have both. I mean, it's just
True.
Mike Williams. I don't mind the Bills.
Patriots, they need another wide receiver 3.
Maybe one of either Mike Williams or Keenan Allen's going to go back to the Chargers, but I think it'll be Keenan Allen.
Yeah, maybe. Packers?
I don't think they want Williams. Packers with Diggs is honestly kind of interesting. I don't think it happens, but I think it's interesting.
I mean, they have such young wide receivers. I could see them getting a guy like Allen just as like a veteran.
And they said that who the Packers?
Yeah.
Somebody said that. Was it Quay Walker? Or somebody said like we have a lot of good talent, but we need a wide receiver 1. Like we got a lot.
Well, none of the guys left are wide receiver ones.
Yeah, he
Not
called
anymore.
his own teammates not once, which is
Would you
real.
say is Cup still wide receiver one? Or
I think Cup could still play that role.
he's the closest. Cooper
He's
made.
the closest. Cooper,
Whoever
I
said
don't
Cooper was all season, so
think
Cooper?
Amari Cooper's a 1.
He just.
I think he's a decent 2. A great 3.
But
not
Trevor
a 1.
has to say he's a 1 because we had to hear him say all
No,
season.
he's a 1 because he plays on
Josh
the
Allen.
sideline, like, and he's like he's how many times have you been a Pro Bowler? Like 7-time Pro Bowler, and he plays the sideline, like he runs routes. He's a jump.
I wouldn't want Michael Irvin running routes on my offense right now.
Michael Irvin.
Yeah.
Oh man, Amari Cooper was good in Cleveland before he left, but you can only be so good with Deshaun Watson. He's definitely getting older, but he's still. I mean, he's gonna be good somewhere.
Lost my spot. There we go. Deontay Johnson, I think, is the only one we haven't talked about.
That man played for like 6 teams last year.
Yeah, just guess like a team that he's gonna play for next year.
Let's go. The Carolina. No, not the Carolina Panthers.
Panthers have been pretty good so far.
Let's go. I don't know. For whatever reason, I'm thinking Dallas.
Sure.
I can see Dallas being like, yeah, that's our number 2.
I saw Michael Gallup's making a comeback. Oh, and I heard Hunter Renfrow is trying to work
A comeback.
also. Yeah,
Michael Gallup retired.
I know he's coming back.
Hunter Renfrow, honestly, his career was cut too short. I'm going to say it.
And he's young.
He was
There's
trying
a
to
tweet
come
about him.
back, right?
He said he was like working out and getting back in shape to come back.
Hunter
He's-
Renfrow is a good wide receiver.
How old is he? Like 20, 29?
28, 29, something like that. Hunter Renfrow.
Remember the baseball player Hunter Renfrow?
Oh, he's 29.
Yeah, for the Rays.
Yeah.
All right. So that's wide receivers. Also, some interesting names I'm just seeing further down the list. Tim Patrick, I think, is pretty good.
He's big,
Yeah.
6'5". I would kind of like him to go back to the Lions.
Noah Brown is like a decent wide receiver 3. And then, who's the other one? Tyler Boyd as a slot guy.
Forgot about him.
Tyler
Tennessee
Boyd
should
to the
re-sign him.
Jags. How about that? I like that.
That's not bad.
Fill the void of Christian Kirk. All right, next we're going tight ends. We're going to go over this quickly because no one cares. Jawan Johnson re-signed with the Saints. Mike Gesicki re-signed with the Bengals. Zach Ertz re-signed with the Washington Commanders. Austin Hooper re-signed with the New England Patriots. And John Bates also re-signed with the Washington Commanders.
I like the bringing Gesicki back was a good move for the Bengals.
Dude,
I
he
agree.
hit, like the few times I used Prize Picks this year, and somebody had me fill out their FanDuel one week that actually won. And I every week it was like Gesicki catches, and the line would be like 2.5, and you'd have like 6 or 7. Shout out to Mike Gesicki, man. The
How about
worst
this?
gritty you'll ever see.
Where do we think the one actual decent available tight end will go? Evan Ingram. I saw he had a workout in Denver.
Ooh.
That would be a good fit for him.
I wanted to get
Last
them to
year.
get Loveland.
Seattle.
That kind of makes sense.
I like Seattle.
Darren Waller. Where does Kelsey Plum play? His ex-girlfriend. Probably there. Same city.
What?
His ex-girlfriend, Kelsey Plum?
We're talking about Evan Ingram, not Darren Waller.
Oh, right. This is strong. This is 8%, and I'm almost done.
Damn.
So, yeah, I thought this was 2023 for a second, or 2022. I
Yeah.
just went back to Giants tight ends, and it just flipped in my mind real fast. They're both bald, right? That's probably why.
No,
Evan Ingram is
Evan
bald.
Ingram's not bald?
Evan Ingram's not bald.
I think he's got hair.
All right. Well, they both played for the Giants, so that's what
They
happened.
did both play for the Giants.
That is fair. Yeah.
I remember that was Kerry's fantasy steal at tight end of the year. He ended up
Waller.
finishing like 48th among tight ends or
We
something.
make some rough choices in life.
That was the year of Kerry's downfall, where he like didn't get anything right for the first half of the season.
That was rough, man.
That's most years.
That was 2 years ago.
That was
I
like
remember
10
that.
weeks or something. Kerry was just everything he said was just garbage, dude. Like
You guys watch out. Darren Waller paired with Daniel Jones.
Sometimes I just need to go the opposite ones. That's like when picking this year, and I'm like, I'm gonna think the opposite goes 3-0.
I think this team's going to win. So I'm going to go with this team. Automatic W.
I just need to start saying the opposite of what I'm thinking. You know.
Alrighty. A couple interesting tackle moves. Ronnie Stanley to the Baltimore, or re-signs with Baltimore.
Should have been a Patriot.
Got the burps.
yeah,
Should've been
he got a
Patriot.
decent amount of money. He's pretty old. He holds at times because he's getting older, but it's probably better than the replacement. Spend a little extra money to keep him around. I wish they'd go after a right guard now, but they've been pretty quiet besides the DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah.
Be quiet. And they let Chris Board go, which made me sad because he's not starting caliber, but he's a good linebacker. Now he's gone.
Alaric Jackson re-signed with the Rams.
Never heard of that guy.
He got paid as well, 3 years, $57 million. And then you have Dan Moore Jr. signed with the Tennessee Titans, 4 years, $82 million.
This one was
Yeah,
weird.
Ward.
He's
Yeah,
never been a
protecting
great
Ward.
lineman. He's never been
Yeah.
great.
No, Kerry, money is different now. It's like
He's just an okay lineman.
there's
Got
so
80
much
million.
money, dude. You could pay anybody anything if you really want to.
They're
and
just
it'll work.
putting out money. I need some.
Morgan Moses signed with the Patriots. Kerry, how you feel?
I'm happy. I wish they
He's
did more of the
huge.
O-line so far, but we have, an actual NFL starting quality O-lineman on our roster again. It's
I'm
a
pretty
nice
sure he's
feeling.
like 6'7".
Yeah,
he's
he
old.
wasn't great last year, but we didn't have
The year
a lot
before
of
that he
linemen. So him, Owenu, maybe David Andrews, and we just need a left tackle, another guard, and we might have a bottom 10 line if we're feeling far.
He was good in
All
Baltimore
right.
2 years ago.
We have two more signings. One I'm excited about. Jalen Moore. This isn't the one I'm excited about. Jalen Moore signed with the Kansas City Chiefs, 2 years, $30 million.
That's a lot for a guy that's been a backup for the last 4 years.
See, money doesn't matter anymore. So
And then, hey, listen, the Dolphins decided to sign someone at offensive line. I have never heard of this man. Larry Borom signed with the Miami Dolphins.
great.
No details on money.
That means
Great.
he's
What
gonna
does
be
that
great.
mean?
Hey, at
What
least
is
they're
that?
at least they're trying.
Yeah,
that's-
are you? Does that
Oh,
mean
he
you're
is.
trying?
He was ranked 103rd out of 141 tackles last season. So, it's going to be great. He allowed 7 sacks, which was 127th among tackles. So,
They're really not.
sounds like
Bro.
another. The other guy was a good signing, though, which we'll talk about in a bit, which for the Dolphins.
Yeah.
They had one good O-line signing.
Available tackles left. You have Cam Robinson, Tyron Smith, Jedrick Wills, and Justin School.
Zach, if you're
Trent Brown and DJ Humphries. Those are the only names I know.
Zach, if you're the Patriots,
Yeah.
would you rather get Cam Robinson as your left tackle or get Will Campbell, who many feel would be undersized at left tackle, but the Patriots seem to like him at left tackle? Or do you think Cam Robinson is starting quality still? He's obviously better than the Patriots have right now, but
I think he's still starting quality. I don't know if he's high-end starting quality.
Bro, if you have Cam on one side and Morgan Moses on the other, that's not that bad.
it isn't. But, Will Campbell could be a generational talent.
I
Could
don't
be.
think so.
Could be.
I don't think. Nah, generational.
I've heard he's
talent.
going to be better at guard. He would be better at
Will
guard.
Campbell. It's that interview, bro. If he never had that interview, he'd probably be like pick 15 or 16.
All
You know
right.
what interview I'm talking about?
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah.
All righty. Next up, we got interior offensive lineman Drew Dahlman to the Chicago Bears. Chicago
Fuck the
Bears.
Bears.
Jesus Christ. That took me off guard. Chicago Bears making a move to improve their offensive line. 3 years, $42 million.
Like,
He's from Atlanta, right? He's good.
he's a
Pretty
top
good.
5 center. And they got Johnny Jackson and Joe Tooney. Caleb
Yeah.
Williams. They should have a decent line for once.
You know, this makes me love Ben Johnson because, like, there's a lot of really good things with that Detroit Lions roster. A lot of weapons, a lot of fast guys, a lot of, like, fun, entertaining players, even offense, defense, whatever. But he came to Chicago, and he was like, I know offensive line, most important. We got to build that. And, like, the reason for the success in Detroit, why everybody looks so good, is that offensive lineman was impenetrable. Impenetrable? Impenetrable. Whatever. You know what I mean?
Unlike Trevor's butt when he gets pegged, the Detroit Lions offensive line was impenetrable.
Yes. Yes. So you get the job, you go to work, and you get to the offensive line. Shout out to Ben Johnson.
All right. Ryan Kelly signed with the Vikings, 2 years, $18 million.
The Vikings are getting sick of losing to the Lions, bro.
Their line
They've
should
had a
be
pretty
pretty
good
good.
offseason so far.
Their line should be pretty good. We're going to
Okay.
talk more about their offensive line in a second.
Their offensive and defensive line.
Coleman Shelton signed with the Rams,
I heard
2 years.
I heard he's terrible. He was the
Never
Bears
heard.
center last year. Everyone was saying he's the worst center in the NFL.
Wait, so who's starting this year? The guy that fumbled?
What?
Oh, no. The guy from Atlanta. Forget it. Forget I said anything. Do you remember the fumble I'm talking about?
Yes, I do.
In
He's the
Washington,
best.
they got to a 1 yard line.
Yeah.
What are we doing, coach? Oh, you were with me, right, when that happened?
Yes, Trevor was mad.
I wasn't mad. I was in disbelief. I could not believe that happened.
Austin Corbett re-signed with the Panthers. Bradley Bozeman re-signed with the Chargers. And Trey Smith was franchise tagged by the Kansas City Chiefs.
Can you trade a player that's on a franchise tag?
I think so.
So a franchise tag is just a 1 year.
I don't think you can if you franchise tag
I
them.
don't know.
I think you're stuck with them.
Maybe.
Anyway. Excuse me. We have... Where was I? Will Freeze signed with the Minnesota Vikings. 5 years, $88 million.
The Vikings are cooking this offseason.
They are. Yeah.
We'll talk about their defense, but their defense is going to be great. O-line should be very – J.J. McCarthy should have a very easy job.
Or Aaron Rodgers.
Just like he did in college.
We'll see.
That's true.
James Daniels to the Miami Dolphins. 3 years, $24 million.
He's been very good when he's healthy.
Yeah.
That healthy's the problem. But at least the Dolphins are adding somebody.
Never heard of him.
He's on a Steelers.
Patrick McCarry signs with the Jacksonville Jaguars. 3 years, $37.5.
Trevor, tell Zach as a Jaguars fan, you're a Ravens fan. What do you feel about Patrick McCarry? What should Zach expect about Patrick McCarry?
I'm not a Ravens fan, but McCarry, how much did y'all pay him?
3 years, $37 million.
That's a fine. I mean, he's a good lineman. He's just, he holds here and there, but he's a, decent guard.
I mean, that's the spot we needed with Brendan Scherf gone, the
He's
old
probably
man.
better than average.
That's kind of funny. It says Brendan Scherf still on here, but he retired, I believe. Aaron Banks signs with the Green Bay Packers. 4 years, $77 million.
That's a lot for an average guard. But as Trevor said, money.
Money's everywhere.
There's so much of it. Everybody got it but me.
There's so much of it. Laken Tomlinson signed with the Houston Texans, 1 year, $4.25.
I think if we're talking about Laken Tomlinson, I feel like it's time to go to the next position.
I'm going to bed.
All right.
I do want to. The one guy
There are a couple guys still out there. You have Josh Myers, Tevin Jenkins, Kevin Ziegler, Mekhi Becton, all and
I would think the Lions would get Zeitler again, right? I'm surprised.
I think if they can, they will.
He had a really good year for them last year.
He did
come back to Baltimore. I'd be happy. Although I was sad that they let B. Steve go. We'll get there, but bring Ziegler back to Baltimore.
Yeah.
All right, edge defenders, basically edge rushers. Khalil Mack re-signed with the Chargers, 1 year, $18 million. Is this his last ride?
Good Lord. No, it doesn't seem like it. 18 million? Goodness. If he can sign for 18 million this year. Huh?
Harbaugh loves him and said to pay him whatever they can.
Dude, he must be a good man. I mean, he's good, but 18 million, you gotta look yourself in the mirror. I guess money's not real, so I don't know what I'm talking about.
I mean, I would say Chargers fans were not happy. They had a lot of cap room. They didn't really get anybody.
18. Yeah, they had some work to do on that offensive line. They didn't. They re-signed their guy.
They signed Bozeman, who was supposedly the worst lineman.
Who was that? I wouldn't say he was terrible, but he was not good by any standards. I don't know. Maybe they got something in the works.
We'll see.
They've drafted well the last couple of years. So.
All right, then we get to the exodus of a certain Pennsylvania team. Josh Sweat signs with the Arizona Cardinals, 4 years, $76.4 million. And Hassan Reddick signs with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 1 year, $14 million.
I like the Reddick move a lot.
Do you ever just forget that the Cardinals are an NFL team? Because I do.
I did.
Me and Zach just went to Arizona last year.
I did go to Arizona.
That's true.
But, by the way, beautiful out there.
Oh, yeah.
I'm much more partial to northern Arizona than I am to Phoenix, but
Phoenix is – I don't see what you would do there unless you work there, during the week.
Yeah.
I don't see what would bring you to downtown Phoenix at all.
Yeah.
But no offense, but all the other parts of Arizona, wow, beautiful. Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have Malcolm Kuntz re-signing with Las Vegas. 1 year, $12 million. And then this sounds like a player that I would pick up in Madden. Deo Odeyingbo. Signs with the Chicago Bears, 3 years, $48 million.
I think he's a Cole, right? I think so.
Yeah. The linebacker?
Yeah.
Yeah, he plays
Edge.
for the Colts. He was decent, yeah.
All righty. Chase Young re-signs with the Saints, 3 years, $51 million. I don't know how they have the money to do that, but okay. Chauncey Golston signed with the New York Giants, 3 years, $19.5.
Wow.
Here's a guy I haven't heard from in a while, Leonard Floyd.
He got cut, right?
Yeah,
He got cut. He signed with Atlanta, 1 year, $10 million.
There we go. As a Bucs fan, I feel like they should win the division every year. It was pretty close last year. Atlanta, the Bucs need to keep their foot on the gas, keep their foot on the necks, because Atlanta is not, they're fighting back. Carolina's getting better too.
Yeah.
Atlanta, you got to take Atlanta seriously.
And the Saints exist.
I say that they're going to go 5-12.
The Saints do exist. That's true. That is technically true. Derek Barnett re-signed with Houston, 1 year, $5 million. Darrell Taylor signed with Houston, 1 year, $5.25 million. I don't even know this guy that signed with Buffalo.
That guy could play 7 positions, I guess. He plays
Michael Hoke.
He plays defensive tackle, linebacker. He plays all these positions.
Is he from the Chargers?
He's on the Rams. He's 97, I think, in the Rams.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, they signed him to a pretty good contract, so he's got to be worth something.
Player. What position you play, bud? Football. Yeah.
There you go. Where are we at? Pat Jones, Carolina Panthers, 2 years, $20 million. No. Ooh, one I really like. Joe Tryon-Shoyinka signed with the Browns.
That's a cheap one.
That is a cheap one. 1 year, $4.75.
I'm very surprised the Bucks wouldn't bring him back for $4.5 million.
Yeah, that's nothing.
Yeah, that's
But
surprising.
they got what they get Reddick?
They got Hassan Reddick, yeah.
That's better. Shionka's kind of been a bust. Not as big of a bust as OJ Howard though. You find a diehard Bucks.
Oh, I
fan,
forgot about that guy.
I think everyone did. That's kind of the point of calling him a bust.
You mean Cameron Brate?
Horrible. Like 8th overall pick too, man. Horrible.
Rough.
I knew he was going to be bad too. He was only good because he was on that Alabama team that had like stars everywhere, and he was like a 6'6" tight end. So of course he was good.
That's fair.
All right, Joseph Osai re-signed with the Bengals 1 year, $7 million, and Anthony Nelson re-signed with Tampa Bay 2 years, $10 million.
There's nothing in that.
Yeah, I thought there was a little.
All righty. A couple available names, Von Miller and Zadarius Smith. Joey Bosa just got signed.
Von Miller should go back to Denver.
Azeez Ojulari, DeMarcus Lawrence, Dante Fowler, Matthew Judon, Dennis Gardeck, Preston Smith, Josh Uche, Charles Menahue, Brandon Graham, Carl Lawson, Emmanuel Ogba.
Wow.
Ogba.
Yeah.
Pogba was like your favorite player when we used to play not football.
Pogba.
All I know about him is that Kaylee met him in Publix one time.
Oh, that's true. She liked Pogba.
Pogba.
I don't know how you'd recognize that guy. You must really be a Dolphins fan if you could recognize that guy in Miami.
All right. We're going to go.
I want to give a shout out to
God, there's so many interior defensive linemen.
real quick.
Just do like the top 10s.
Poona Ford. He went to the Rams in our Madden League, and then he goes to the Rams in real life. Shout out to Poona Ford.
Wow. He's a great
That
name.
beer is hitting right now.
Milton Williams signed with the New England Patriots. 4 years, $104 million.
Biggest
Gary,
contract
you better
Patriots
hope-
history. I'll be honest.
Hope that he wasn't a system player.
I'm
because he'll cry.
honest. I had never heard of this guy before the Super Bowl. I guess he's a rotational big guy, but a good Super Bowl. I don't know.
You paid a rotational player how much money?
Everybody
Not
wanted him, I
rotational,
guess.
Billy.
He signed with the Panthers, then he backed out because the Patriots gave him more money. You know what? He better be good for $26 million a year.
He
Can't
signed
miss.
somewhere and then he backed out and then went somewhere else.
Yeah, he signed with the Panthers, and then I guess Patriots offered some more money. And he backed
Should have went
out.
to the Jags and played with Liam Cohen. Would have fit in just great.
All right.
Probably would have made him team captain.
Oh, God.
I wish
Okay.
Zane was here to hear that.
Yeah, he would have
Zane
loved
go
that.
off. Zane
He would have
take that
cried.
baton and
He would have
run.
cried of happiness hearing that.
Zane would go.
Javon Hargrave and Jonathan Allen both signed with the Minnesota Vikings. I don't have details on Javon Hargrave's money, but Jonathan Allen, 3 years, $60 million.
He's nice. I kind of wish he stayed in Washington, but whatever.
That Vikings front seven is going
Went
to be
from a good
nasty.
team to a little bit better.
Yeah.
Grenard, Van Ginkel.
Nasty. They got a corner too today. Yeah.
They were signed Murphy. They signed the guy from the Eagles.
Will Rogers. Yeah.
If JJ McCarthy can be anything, they're a Super Bowl contender.
Or Aaron Rodgers.
So that is all.
All right. BJ Hill signed with the Cincinnati Bengals, 3 years, $33 million.
Good for him.
From
man.
the Bengals?
Bengals.
Good for
Where did he
him.
sign?
Bengals.
Oh, he re-signed?
No,
No, he didn't re-sign. He signed with the Bengals.
I thought he played for the Bengals.
I think he used to.
I think he might have used to.
Sounds
on.
familiar.
Let's go BJ Hill.
I feel
Maybe
like
I'm
he's
thinking
a
of
Raider or
DJ
something.
Reader. Yeah, DJ Reader is who I'm
BJ
thinking
Hill
of.
was a joke. Oh, he's
Oh, he was a No. Wait, he
Ah.
was. BJ Hill was a Bengal last year.
Oh, then why did it say resign? Didn't say
It just
I
said
don't know
it
why
didn't
I
say
knew that.
re-sign.
Odd.
Okay.
I have no idea why I knew that.
All
I
right.
didn't know that. It just said that.
Proud of you.
Grady Jarrett signed with the Chicago Bears, 3 years, $43.5 million.
Ben Johnson saw how much he went to that meeting for the head coaching job, and he said, "By the way, this is how much money you could spend in free agency." He said, "All right, I'll do it." Sign that check. They spent so much money the last like 2 or 3 days.
He invested in the big boys.
And shout out to him for investing in the Lions. Yeah. Shout out to Ben Johnson. Shout out to BJ.
Trevor loves BJ's.
Give a brother a BJ. Yeah.
Oh.
Did you guys ever get a Pizookie from BJ's in Fort
They're-
Myers?
Pizookies are great, dude.
They had like $5 Tuesdays or something.
I
$5.
know, yeah, every week. They're really good.
Never had one,
Wow.
and now I never will. It's
Yeah.
my diet.
That'd probably take up your whole diet. That'd be
It probably
what
would.
you eat for the
You just
day.
finish it
Yeah.
off with a Mountain Milk from
It's
Miller's.
like a skillet cookie brownie or something. Yeah. That
All
would
right.
take up your whole diet.
Grady. Oh, I already did that. Jaron Reed re-signed with Seattle Seahawks, 3 years, 25. Puna Ford,
Shout out to
So-
Puna Ford.
Los Angeles Rams, 3 years, $30 million.
I like that. That's what they needed. Los Angeles, when I watched their playoff game, like, granted, it was in the snow, but they were like going punch for punch with the Eagles. They needed somebody in the middle. They had good guys on the edge. They had Jared Verse. They had, can't remember his name, but they had good pressure from the edges. They needed a big. You know Brenda Song from Sweet Life of Zach and Cody?
Yep.
Yeah.
She's a Rams fan. And the other day they asked her, this is actually where I'm speaking from. Like, I didn't watch a lot of Rams football. besides
Trevor,
the
how
Rams.
drunk are you right now?
I get my sources
going
from
on?
Brenda Song. That's my Rams plug. And she said, somebody asked her about it. She was like, yo, we need pressure up the middle. We need somebody that can move the line. And they got Puna Ford. That guy's big.
She's like married to the guy from Home Alone.
She's married. I'm never shouting her out again. Wait, did you guys like her or Tifton more? Wait, what was her name? Tifton, right?
This,
Wait,
That was her
What?
name.
Mr. Mosby clears them all.
In the Sweet Life of Zach and Cody, there was Brenda Song, and then there was the blonde girl, like
I know you're talking Ashley
Tifton or something, right?
I thought it was Ashley or something.
Yeah.
Oh,
100% Brenda Song.
Yeah.
That's so easy.
yeah, she was cool. All right,
All right.
back to Puna Ford.
Back to Puna Ford. You got Treshawn Wharton signed with Carolina, 3 years, $54 million.
I don't
Championship
even,
player.
that's not even a real person.
He played for the Chiefs. He was one of those good defensive players that you didn't know their name, but one of the reasons they had a good defense. He's athletic.
Looking over some big numbers below.
Thick.
You have DJ Jones re-signing with the Broncos, 3 years, $39 million.
Broncos signed somebody else too.
Um,
Oh, I know who it is. I'm not gonna say it.
Javon Kinlaw signed with the Commanders, 3
That's
years,
a good one.
$45 million.
People didn't like that.
Bring him in on third downs. Put
It's
him in
not terrible. I don't hate it.
He's not that good, but like.
Who's going to sign Roy Lopez is the question.
What'd you say?
Who's going to sign Roy Lopez?
Roy Lopez?
Yeah, that's what I want to know. The guy's a nice goatee.
You ever miss Brandon Roy? No, right?
He was great, man.
Good.
He's
He was
such
so
a
good.
mediocre NBA
Greg
player.
Oden
Oh,
doing
he was so
something,
good
man.
before he got hurt.
Greg
He's
Oden,
there
man.
so mediocre. Like
Travis
they're
Outlaw.
just like guys that were there, and they
Brandon
go
Roy
like
was good.
10-5 every night.
Brandon Roy was good.
He was. Yeah.
All right, linebacker. Actually, real quick, just before we leave that, guys available still. You got Levi Onwuzurike,
Talk.
Somebody get him.
Calais Campbell, Malik Collins, Larry Ogunjobi.
Calais Campbell has to be like 46 by now.
I think he's like 37. Yeah,
Yeah, he's old, but you know he's the
Still
mayor,
good, though.
so he's still
Good.
pretty decent
You
at
can't
what he
hurt him.
does.
He's 6'8",
I
300
know, he's a
something.
big boy.
To the Rams? Question mark. All right, linebackers. Dre Greenlaw. This is what
Denver.
you're talking about, Trevor. Denver Broncos, 3 years, $35 million.
Their defense can be nasty.
That's not even that much money. Like,
No,
that's-
I was surprised. I was very
I
surprised.
guess people just start worried about his health, maybe.
And he's going to play inside because they got some other linebackers that rush the passer. So Yeah, I like Denver. Shout out to Denver.
Shout out to Denver.
Ernest Jones re-signs with Seattle, 3 years, $33 million.
Never heard of her.
Jamian Sherwood re-signed with the New York Jets, 3 years, $45 million.
I am a Jamian Sherwood believer. I am.
All right,
like
Robert
that.
Spillane to the New England Patriots, 3 years, $37 million.
Zach, you know who that is, right?
Jamian Sherwood?
No, Spillane.
Not off the top of my head.
Told you, Trevor.
I said everybody knows who he was, but Kerry said nobody knows who he is. But I swear everybody knew who he
He's
was.
very underrated.
He's that white boy that plays for the Raiders. That
He's a
has
white boy with swagger, just what we need.
He has like the black mask and the sleeve. And
he had like 160 tackles last
his
year.
number, 41. He's just good, but nobody watches Raiders games.
He had 157
Close.
tackles last year.
He's good. We need some life to our defense. He's got sweat. He's like mini Max Crosby.
He
No,
ranks, he
That's
ranks
why I called him
66
overrated.
out of 189 linebackers.
He's
So-
what we need.
He's better than
He's
what
good against the run. His run defense grade was 8th. His coverage grade was 137th out of 189.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got a nickel. That guy's the first guy coming out. Yeah.
Bobby.
He's a middle linebacker. Who's core.
Landon Roberts signed with the Las Vegas Raiders 1 year, $3 million,
He's the replacement for him.
apparently. Devin Bush, golly,
Yeah,
remember him?
Forgot he
Re-signed with the Cleveland Browns 1 year, 3.25.
signed to the Browns anymore.
Oh, man, I see a name I love. Cody Barton to the Tennessee Titans, 3 years, $21 million. That's not the name I love. This is the name I love. Divine Diablo.
Oh,
Signed with the Atlanta Falcons. 2 years, $14 million. He's pretty good. I like him. Athlete. Akeem Davis Gaither to the Arizona Cardinals, 2 years, $11 million.
Devin White, the fall off.
I wonder, like, when Arizona signs free agents, do they just, like, overpay a little bit? Like, what's the appeal? Like,
Why? Trevor's like, why the fuck would anyone want to go to Arizona?
like, yeah, they wait till the end of the week, and then they say, like, all right, what's your biggest offer?
One
$9.5
more,
million. We'll go 11 if you sign it right.
one
And
more time,
I don't get it.
which wasn't on there. Harold Landry to the Patriots. He's been great for the Titans the last 2 years. Patriots defense actually might be competent this year. The offense is still going to suck. Defense.
You guys signed a corner, too, right?
Yeah, we are not at corners yet, bud.
Yeah, but
We'll get there. We'll get there. We'll get there.
Milton Williams.
Speaking of corners, DJ Reed to the Detroit Lions, 3 years, $48 million.
Wow. When did that happen? I
He
was
got
unaware.
20. He's
I knew Brandon Stevens went there, but I didn't know Reed made a decision.
Stevens went to the Jets.
Yeah, and Reed left.
Yeah.
Huh.
Charvarius Ward to the Indianapolis Colts, 3 years, $60 million.
They needed that. Shout out to the Colts for getting that. They need a lot on that defense, but that's a good piece. That's a good starting spot. Him and Kenny Moore. There's not hope, but there's something.
Byron Murphy re-signed with the Minnesota Vikings, 3 years, $66 million.
He's really good.
It's a good one.
I agree.
They got
Carl-
another one too, right? Will Rogers.
Isaiah Rodgers
Oh,
from the Eagles.
Carlton Davis III signed with the New England Patriots, 3
For a
years,
lot of
$60
money.
million.
yeah,
He's
good. But
He just needs to stay healthy. That's his
Yeah.
biggest problem. But him and Gonzalez,
He was a buck.
it's gonna do well.
he was good in Tennessee.
I'm excited for this Pats defense.
Nate Hobbs to the Green Bay Packers, 4 years, $48 million.
Damn, son.
Paulson Adebo, New York Giants, 3 years, $54 million. Brandon Stevens, Jets, 3 years,
Steve.
$36 million.
Ravens fans don't like him. I wish he stayed.
You're a Ravens fan.
I'm just alive.
You're just alive.
Christian
Yeah.
Fulton signed with the Kansas City Chiefs, 2 years, $20 million.
About him.
Isaiah Rodgers signed with Minnesota, 2 years, $15 million. Dante Jackson to the Los Angeles Chargers, 2 years, $13 million. Jordan Lewis to Jacksonville, 3 years, $30 million. Michael Jackson, shout out.
Shout
Carolina.
out to Michael Jackson.
Shout out to Michael Jackson. 2 years, $14.5 to the Carolina Panthers.
Shout out to him.
Notables still available: Rasul Douglas, Kendall Fuller, Sante Samuel Jr., Mike Hilton, Darius Slay, Stephon Gilmore, and Jonathan Jones.
I saw Asante was like close to going to the Bills or something today.
That would be big for the Bills.
A bunch of teams are fighting over him.
That's not surprising. He's the best young talent available.
I'm surprised the Chargers just let him walk.
Me too, honestly.
With all the money, they've just not gone after anybody.
Yeah.
Kerry,
Yes, son.
alcoholism, no offense, kind of makes its appearance sort of. You know about alcoholism, is that right?
Sure.
Would you say drinking 2 beer? Okay. Like, pretty much say, like, I'm going to eat somewhere, right? And, like, I can get 2 beers with my meal. Every time I'm saying, yeah. Would you classify that? Or
No.
How often
No?
does that happen? If that's happening every day, maybe. Like it's just
if
when
I
you
went
eat
out
it.
to eat every day, it might.
But you don't go out to eat every day.
Right.
Yeah.
So no.
All right. I didn't think so, but I just wanted to make sure. I wanted to get it from an expert.
I would classify alcoholism as like drinking like every day.
Yeah, look at him smiling, talking about it. Look at him, dude.
I would classify. Carrie's like, I would classify.
We're talking about tomorrow.
Someone that's not me, you know, if I drink every day.
Pulling home and chugging on a liquor bottle.
Yeah, that would be pretty bad if someone did that.
Dude, the worst thing ever is when you're drinking with Carrie for like, I don't know, like a football Sunday or something, and he wants you to keep up with him.
Oh,
Dude,
it's impossible.
Dude. Oh.
Oh man.
Dude, I fell off. I don't think
You're not bad,
last
though.
year
You
that's
can
straight
still
liquor.
get moving. When the Patriots have a good game and it's week 4 and the season isn't lost yet, and you're at World of Beer and the mimosas are bottomless, you do it, man.
No more
Don't
beers.
sell
This is a
yourself short.
bottomless.
You still got it.
It's true.
All right.
Safeties.
Safeties. All right. Javon Holland leaves, sadly. Shout out to Nando, but he's gone. Not in Miami anymore. Signed with the New York Giants.
Miami fans didn't really seem to like him. They said he's pretty inconsistent.
Where did
Oh.
you go, Holland?
The
Giants.
Giants. 3
They
years,
always get good
$45.3 million.
Which I guess they were like, why did they let McKinney walk last year just to get Hollins for less?
But they drafted the best safety in the draft last year, Tyler Nubin. So they got 2 good safeties back there.
It's
The
true.
Giants always have good safeties, I feel like. Or like a good safety.
Cameron Bynum signed with the Indianapolis Colts, 4 years, $60 million.
It's a lot of money.
That is a lot of money.
On roll.
Talanoa Hufanga signed with the Denver Broncos, 3 years, $45 million.
Goodness, the Broncos are cooking.
It's been a long time since that guy was good, though.
I mean, he doesn't even have to start. Like,
Well, I mean, I remember when we were talking to the 49ers guy, he was saying that Hufanga's probably a little bit overrated.
He's been, he's
he
been
got
hurt
hurt though,
for
right?
3 years.
Like almost the whole season.
I don't think he's played a full season since like 2022.
Yeah, he gets hurt, but he's good.
Justin Reed signed with the Saints, 3 years, $31.5 million.
That must have been. They must have paid him a lot of money. That's probably going to be his last contract. But
Trayvon Morig, Carolina.
White, right?
I don't think so. If his name is Trayvon,
No, I swear he's white though. I swear. He's
Hold
white.
on.
You're saying Trayvon.
Dude, if
Oh.
that's the case, I'm gonna
All
laugh
right, he's
so
not. He
hard.
has dreads.
He
dreads.
is not.
Oh wait.
Yeah.
He's super light skinned though in his E ESPN picture.
I mean, he's
Do you think there's a white guy out there named Trayvon? There has to be one, right?
hold on. Let's look it up.
There's probably
Let's
some
look it
like
up.
really liberal person that like
There
named their kid
definitely
like their
is,
Trayvon
bro.
Martin or something.
Oh my gosh.
There's got to be one.
You can name your kid whatever you want, right? But can you name your kid like a curse word or no?
Who stopped him?
Trayvon White. I found him.
That doesn't count. Like double negative. That cancels out.
No, it's a picture. Do you want me to put it up on screen?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, here he is.
Go on LinkedIn and look up Trayvon.
Are we on Facebook right now?
No, we're not on Facebook.
Huh.
Here we go. Boom. He's a Twitter user. Trayvon White. Trayvon White 19.
That looks like Trey Taylor.
Yeah, that's not spelled the same way though.
It
But
is.
it's
There's just
still
no
Trayvon.
apostrophe.
Now, I don't know if that counts.
It can. That's Trayvon.
All right.
That's Trayvon. All right. Where were we?
You know, an R is almost
Trayvon Morig. Okay, Jeremy Chin signed with the Las Vegas Raiders. 2 years,
no way.
$16 million.
Good for him.
Elijah Molden re-signed with the Chargers, 3 years, 18.5. Andre Cisco, former Jaguar, signed with the New York Jets, 1 year, $10 million.
Legend.
Not really.
He had a great rookie year. Since then, there's a reason why we didn't re-sign him. Xavier Woods signed with the Titans, 2 years, $10 million. Will Harris signed with the Commanders, 2 years, $8 million. Jason Pinnock signed with the 49ers on a 1 year deal.
Why
Eric
don't I know
Murray.
who that is?
Huh?
I know that Jason Pinnock for some
Yeah.
reason.
Jason Pinnock, dude.
Good for him.
Eric Murray signed with the Jacksonville Jaguars, 3 years, $22.5. And Afitu Melifonwu signed with the Miami Dolphins, 1 year, $4 million. I am almost 1,000% sure I picked up this guy in Madden like 2021,
Who is
and
it?
he had like a 99 speed rating as a safety. He's 6'3".
Who is it?
Afitu Melifonwu.
Oh, I never heard of that
Great
guy.
name.
I
Yeah.
wonder how
But,
many languages he speaks.
I'm almost 100% sure. Unless he has a brother. Hold on. Melifonwu NFL.
I bet he does.
Probably.
I bet he's got a brother.
Oh, no, it was Obi Melifonwu. That's
I was
what it
going to
was.
say that right now, and I didn't.
Wait,
Oh,
how do you
be
guys know
Melifonwu.
that?
He's on like the Ravens, wasn't he?
Zach, you don't know Robert Spillane, but you know Ekonome Ilofalu?
It's
on.
Obi Melifonwu and Afitu Melifonwu. Yeah, they're brothers,
Yeah.
dude.
Wow.
Who
Plays for
doesn't know the
Memphis
Melifonwu bros?
He plays for the Memphis Showboats.
All right.
Dude, no. So what it was is he wasn't a safety with 99 speed. He was a linebacker with 99 speed, which is why you look at free agents in Madden,
Yeah, it's true.
because there's gems.
It's like the
Like
Giants.
I told, where me and Trevor and Zane are in a Madden league. Like I told them, all right, I'm a 40-time whore. Okay,
40 time?
if you're 40 times good, you're probably gonna end up on my team.
That
Unless
running
you get
back from
drafted before.
Alabama.
Yeah,
That fell into like the third round. I'm surprised you didn't draft him.
he was my next pick actually.
I picked him.
Yeah, I know. All right.
You guys, wanna,
And that's it for safeties.
you guys want to do best team off season so far, worst team off season, and best signing, worst signing to wrap
Yeah, I
up?
want to give a couple shout outs too.
Let's do it.
But I don't
Brenda
wanna go
Song.
first. You got to go one by one, man. It's late.
All right, best team off season for the first 2 days.
Minnesota.
Minnesota.
I agree.
Let's give a runner-up.
Minnesota! That's my favorite meme ever.
That's a good one.
I'll go the Bears. The
Bears are my
great
runner-up.
line defense.
The Bears are my runner-up.
Is the NFC North already this year's best division?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it was damn near that last year, so.
Yeah. I really like the Patriots, what they've done on defense, though.
I bet you do, man. We'll see how long that lasts when the season comes around.
If we only had an offensive line and a receiver.
So do you think you called yourself the Milton man today? Do you want Joe Milton to start?
No, it was Milton Williams.
Oh.
The guy we just paid $105 million for.
I got 3 quarterbacks now. You're gonna
I don't know. I wanted Milton to be the backup. But I don't know why they got Josh Dobbs. It's weird. I would have rather.
They're gonna trade Milton.
That's what I think. It's like, why did Dobbs is just a weird pickup. I don't know what's the reason with having a young backup quarterback with potential, but when Drake May tears his ACL and we're stuck with Josh Dobbs, or who's gonna be laughing now? All right, worst team off season. And how about this is the rule? We all can't say the same one.
Okay. Can I go first? No, yeah. I'll go last. All
right. Trevor?
Someone else go.
Worst off season so far. I need a second, man. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll go first. This team had a mediocre season last season.
Chargers.
Why?
Because they have a lot of money and they could have done a lot on. We saw these offensive linemen just fly off the shelves, and none of them went to the Chargers. They have money, receivers too.
Fair.
Do something.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't a great free agent class, but still.
Still do something, bro. It's now or never.
I'll say the Dallas Cowboys. Once again, doing nothing. They're stuck in mediocre land. While
Not a great one.
Commanders are getting better. The Eagles are the Eagles. Even the Giants got better. They're stuck.
I'm going to go with between two teams. Both of them because I think they overpaid every asset they gained. But one's in a worse cap situation and have been for years. So I'm going to go with them. I'm going to go with the Saints, New Orleans. Like they added stuff to their roster, but like every single price was just like, what? Like how can they even afford that?
Juwan Johnson was a lot of money.
Being last place in the NFC South just sucks. Being a Bucs fan in the early 2000s, but the Saints look like that's got to be them. I mean, I like Carolina more than I like.
They added stuff, but like they didn't add anything that's going to put them over the top.
Are you guys surprised Derek Carr didn't move?
Yeah. I mean, they missed Derek Carr I think with a healthy Derek Carr, they can be better than last year. What are they going to win? 7 games? Be mediocre forever?
And they're still in cap hell. So, and none of their signings help them with that at all. They overpaid almost everyone they signed. I mean, Juwan Johnson signing was crazy to me. It just seems like since Drew Brees left, their chances of winning a championship in the next 20 years has gone way down because they just don't have the money.
They just need a tank. Get money.
They keep spending it in terrible places.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
We never talk about the Saints, but if there was a situation where I was putting together like a Madden roster going into a tournament and all the players were in their prime, I might have Alvin Kamara as my running back. I feel like he's such a video game running back.
He's great.
For Kamara.
Alrighty. What was your other question, Kerry?
The worst off-season signing so far.
The worst?
Signing?
Yeah. I'll go first. I talked about it earlier. Josh Palmer, 3 years, $36 million. They have a lot of things. Yeah,
$12 million is a lot, but I don't think
they got a guy for Mike Williams for like $5 million a year, it's a waste of
They
money.
still can.
I'm gonna go with a wide receiver as well. I'm gonna go Darius Slayton, New York Giants, 3 years, $36 million.
That's a good one, Zach.
And it's even worse because that's the money that Saquon asked for.
Yeah.
That's what makes it that much worse. Is they're paying a wide receiver, a mid-tier wide receiver, $36 million when they could have had Saquon Barkley.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know, I'm
And now
surprised
Saquon is a Super Bowl champion, and the New York Giants suck.
Speaking of the Eagles, I'm surprised Zach Bond went right back there like that. I thought some teams were going to offer him. They paid him a lot, but
He definitely could have got more somewhere else.
yeah, I thought the Saints would have used.
Philly. It's the city of brotherly love,
Wants to win another one, maybe.
as they say.
All right, and then best offseason signing so far.
That's tough, man. There's some good ones.
Westbrook Ikine, I like that one just off the top of my head. I love what the Broncos did.
I like the Westbrook Ikine signing. I'm actually going to go Drew Dahlman to the Chicago
That's
Bears.
a good one. Yeah,
And,
I think that is such a need that they filled.
yeah, me too.
I mean, they paid a lot of money for it, but I think it was well worth it.
and I'll go Hassan Reddick with the Bucks. $14 million. He's exactly what the Bucks defense needed. He had a mess of a year last year, but should be a full year. Good to go this year. I think he's going to have a big year for the Bucks.
All right.
Yeah,
Well, is that all we have for tonight's show?
I think it is.
All right. Well, if you guys enjoyed watching, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Keep up with the Beerly Football Podcast and all things Beerly on this channel. And we will see you guys next week.
2 weeks.
2 weeks from today. Sorry. I'm still not used to